It's your boy Asmongold here with another World of Warcraft video on how to find Warcraft mounts.
Bow, 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 bow. Rapid
Ross, bleep all that. My name is Brice.
Chris.
Russ. Alex.
You're watching the Prime 4
Are you gonna say podcast?
podcast. We're gonna rate our favorite pogs from our top 100 favorite pogs.
But that pog set that we had back in the day, the Michael Jordan or Shaq versus Olajuwon, right? Was that what it was?
Shit.
I remember we got like a golden pot, like metal golden like slammer,
Yeah, the slammer.
out of like a machine thing at something and it was like the best thing ever.
Fucking, what happened to pogs?
They're still collected.
People realize that they were like
the slammers more so than anything else, or just the whole thing?
People collect tubes of stuff.
I have like 100 of the Apollo 13 pogs packs, like booster packs from McDonald's, along with the Apollo 13 ships. I went on eBay. Each of those packs sell for like $5, but I haven't sold them yet.
Yeah,
but like, hey, yeah, you get like $3 to $5 each, and I'm like, that's a cool little amount of money for some bullshit I would rather throw away.
Well, the first one's at like $5, then 20 later, people are only willing to pay. You flood the market, dude.
Yeah,
my Papa used to
keep it.
Papa used to collect fast food toys from like Burger King, McDonald's.
That's a cool thing to have, like as a kid. If you got to eat the meals.
No, cool. We couldn't play them.
Yeah, but you got to eat. Did you get to eat the meals though?
No.
Shit, that is terrible. Then
no, because back in the day, you would literally go in. Okay, and sometimes we didn't even get food. He would just go in there and then buy a set of the toys themselves, and then you could buy them back in the day. I don't know if you can do that anymore. And then we couldn't play with them. And then he's like, "These are going to be worth money someday."
You fucking came over. And it was like all of the compound's kids all at once. And you're like, hey, kids, have these fucking toys. Like
that was half of it. Yeah.
That was like a history lesson. I'm like, this motherfucker here, that's Simba. You know about Simba? My kids are like, yeah. Other people's kids are like,
well, joke's on you. This is Kimba.
Right? Yeah. You know, explosion sounds.
It is very nostalgic looking through all the toys I couldn't play with. Yeah. I actually have an Aladdin from when the first Aladdin was released. I looked on the pack and it was like 1993 or 4, whenever the first Aladdin was released or some shit. And I was like, wow, that's old. Probably not worth anything.
By the way,
I didn't even look.
Cool, this leads into something that I got right here.
Okay, it's Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape.
You guys ready for some Marvel toys?
Oh, shit.
Yes. A Kinder Joy? Kinder eggs?
Kinder Joy.
Choking hazard. Small parts, not for children under 3 years.
These, by the way, are very fucking weird. I've had one before.
Have you had the real Kinder eggs, though?
No.
Celebrate.
Well, this is a real Kinder egg.
No,
there's
Kinder brand.
There's Kinder Surprise, but yeah, these are the ones, the America safe ones that are.
Yeah, because apparently our kids are idiots.
So for our audio listeners, it is a fucking half and half egg. It's like an egg that you break in half.
It's like a scoop or something?
Yeah, it's got a little spoon scoop, and like half is like.
I like where this is going.
Oh, what's in here?
You get a toy in one half, right?
Oh,
I got a
Spider-Man.
Is that Thor?
Oh, I want the Spider-Man.
Is that Thor?
And when you open it, it's like
I think I got Thor as well.
You won't be able to make this out. It's like in half of the egg, it has 2 little like milk dud balls in like some really trash frosting. That's what it looks like.
Yep. Or frosting,
and then the other half
got instructions how to put it together.
Let's see if I could.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, I got fucking Tony Starks. I got Ghostface Killer. Get fucked, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna. I can't. I just can't. Why is there a blue thing?
Because you touch yourself at night.
Oh, because it's a little ball.
Wait, are we live? Are we?
Yeah.
Shit.
Can you picture me rolling?
That is
we're hating this. Okay, hold on. I want to stand up my Iron Mans, my Tony Starks. R.I.P. Tony Starks. I'll put him by the microphone. The candy is trash. I know that for a fact.
No, it doesn't seem too bad.
It's trash. Do you want mine?
Piece right there.
Because I know I won't like it.
You gotta try it.
No, I've had it before. It's trash. Ross can have it.
It's right there under the middle of the table.
I know Roddy won't it. Roddy won't it. Okay, so we're not going to put together Kinder toys. Okay? For the whole podcast.
Well, no, you can keep talking.
Just most of it.
That is a good segue that I didn't even know that you were going to do. So that was perfect with the McDonald's toys and shit. Lil Wayne, this is old news, but you're going to hear it from us.
Still hilarious.
Because when people start listening to us 2 years from now, they will be like, oh, I remember when that happened. But Lil Wayne walks off stage.
Okay.
At Blink-182 concert.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Right.
Chris can tell us more.
Okay, Lil Wayne. We actually talked about this earlier on the podcast. Like, I was excited for this because it was two artists that I'd listened to in the past that, of course, you know, the nostalgia kind of takes over. And you're like, yo, this is really dope that these two are coming together, because there's a lot of rock-centered music that Lil Wayne has. But they decided to go on tour together, and then Lil Wayne proceeds to say, hey, this isn't my crowd. These aren't my people. And I'm like, well, Blink-182 is huge. Yeah. Huge. Not to take away anything from Wayne, because Wayne is also Wayne, but Blink-182 is huge. Like, what do you expect? Like, people to show up and be like, oh, let's put the Thugs and the Rock guy together. The only time that actually ever worked was when Hove was doing that thing with Linkin Park.
Yeah.
So,
which was phenomenal.
Oh, so yeah, Spider-Man is done.
It's like when you're up against that, like you stand no chance. Like it's a game. It's not a game.
Spider-Man.
So, yeah, Lil Wayne basically said that he's not doing the tour anymore and all of this other shit, but I'm like, what the fuck did you expect?
I don't know what the whole thing around him is.
I said it was trash. The whole
setup?
Whole time.
I don't think it was.
Blink-182 is trash. Lil Wayne is trash.
Blink-182 is good. Think about it from a nostalgia point of view.
I don't have any nostalgia for them.
Really?
We had this discussion before.
Oh wait.
On like, I was listening to other stuff at the time. Like hardcore stuff.
Oh shit.
And I can't get my Tony Starks together because I don't know.
I kind of gave up. You're
sorry, I'm a mechanical engineer. That's why I did it so fast.
Right? He's like, bam, it's done.
All right, so
no, I'm not putting the rope on there like Alex is.
All right, so Kinder Toys are bullshit.
Alex has a plan.
Yeah,
thanks for these, Roddy. These are fucking way better than Burger King tacos.
All right, well, there's a poorly put together Iron Man's. I don't want to waste time on that. But that's pretty much all I got for hip hop. There's some leaks going on and stuff, but like always, we never really get in depth with it. So I don't want to even fucking bring it up. So we're going to get into the juicy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I've been playing video games. And I gave Witcher 3 a chance. I owned it. I played it for like an hour and I stopped playing it because it didn't pull me in. So I forced myself to go through it a little more. That game is good. Not Witcher 1, I did not like. So I didn't even try Witcher 2.
Explain the premise of these games to dudes like me that don't play video games that often.
A Witcher in that universe, it's based off some story from a Polish author. It's like a medieval fantasy setting, and a Witcher is a guy who essentially is he hunts monsters and beasts and stuff, but he's also like does some sort of like genetic mutation shit like with potions and stuff to like
Van Helsing
get some traits from the monsters and like be stronger and stuff.
So like Van Helsing a little bit.
Yeah, they got a little bit of magic in them and stuff, but this game is really fucking dark. And I want to tell you a story about how fucking dark this game is because I didn't know it was going there. So it essentially has, I'm assuming, all of like Polish like lore and myths. It's all like in that game, like just like dark fairy tale shit.
Sure.
So this drunken baron is beating his wife as they do drunk, the barons, and he beats his wife for years. She gets pregnant by him. She does not want to have the baby with him, so she makes a deal with witches that cause her and the witches have her miscarry, and she just leaves the fetus on the bed and then leaves and escapes to like serve those witches or whatever. Baron finds the fetus, buries it, And then the Witcher's like, I need to see the baby's body so I can use the blood to locate your wife because the Baron wants him to locate his wife. And they're like, where is it? And then they go dig it up, and it turns into what is called a botchling. It's just like some fucked up, weird fucking baby crawling around monster.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so dark, and I was like, holy shit. And it just goes on from there, and it's weird as fuck. And I've been appreciating it so far. The story, like, I don't really care about, but like just the lore of the world, it's like so fucked up. And it's super fucking hard, that game is. I'm playing it on a one difficulty above normal or whatever, and the combat is so fucking frustrating in that game. I've had plenty of battles where I've had to restart, like I've died 20 times and just have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again until I actually get it. So that's that. I played The Witcher 3 and I like it, and that's a very old game. So this is very old news.
It's like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah. I also had an idea for an Ark server.
Oh god.
I wanted them to make, like, you know how they have Aberration, which is like all underground? I want them to make an underwater Ark that focuses, like, the landmass on top is like next to nothing, and everything's got to be like underwater, just like an underwater world. Yeah, essentially, where you can actually.
They need new engrams where you can actually go underwater sooner though, or else you'd be fucked.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, they did do that. They have like a lizard that helps you breathe underwater. Like, you can share oxygen with it, and it's like a weak one. But I'm talking, like, they have the tech engrams where you can make the base underwater, but it's so late level, so difficult to maintain. Just make it easier. They also have, in the center, they have that underwater air dome that has shit in it. You could have those underwater as like a safe zone, so like you're not fucked all the time. I thought that was a cool idea. Someone please make that.
Center also had Skull Island, dude.
Yep. Yeah, the Batman skull.
Yeah, where you'd go over there, you'd leave like an anklo over there, just farm like whatever was over there, and then.
Yep. Have you guys been playing anything else? Or just World of Warcraft?
TFT.
I got the coughs bad. Jesus.
Team Fight Tactics.
It's okay, man. Let it out. Did you have anything for hip hop you wanted to bring up? Yeah, it's pretty much a dead week.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the leaks yesterday or today, so there could have been something that came out this weekend. So did you guys hear that Netflix actually reported its first subscriber net loss in the U.S.?
Well, it's happening, man.
Well, you got everybody like.
Oh fuck! This is their
HBO has their
cataclysm.
their streaming services.
Marvel's
Disney's
the
coming out.
Disney one comes out like in the fall or something like that.
Yeah, they said late August, early fall.
Yeah.
And that's gonna have probably Star Wars shit. It's gonna have.
It's gonna have
Just all
everything.
sorts of cool
They have
shit.
the Fox catalog now or whatever. They just bought.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to make.
So
like,
that's going to be
X-Men
like the
shit.
streaming service to have, but like Netflix is losing so much, but they're also creating.
Disney makes too much money. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get.
Netflix is also
service.
creating like bangers.
I think
like,
their service is going to be
cool
cheaper
shit,
too
like-
than like Netflix.
like Triple
I think.
Frontier.
They can afford to.
Triple Frontier was a banger.
I didn't even watch Triple Frontier. I saw like part of it, but it looked like it was like amazing.
It was great.
Amazing.
They also had
Wait, I thought
Right?
you guys were completely against Triple Frontier.
me.
Or
I watched it. I thought it was
No,
okay.
I was about to say I didn't.
oh, you finally did watch
yeah,
it?
it wasn't
I
too
didn't-
bad.
yeah,
Because I've been listening to early podcasts, and Ross was a shitter on multiple of them. The Watchmen, still good.
Nope.
no,
Still
no.
good.
Yeah, Chris, no.
No.
You're just not intelligent
Well,
enough
if
to
you
get
think,
it.
well, if you're, what do you think of that? The Boys then that's going to be coming out.
Never heard of it.
It's gonna be a Prime original series.
It's like one of
that's
the biggest
like-
comes things right now.
Never heard of
It's
it.
going to have Carl Urban on it.
No,
It's
then I'll
it's
watch
got
it.
a lot of
Wait,
like
what
decent
comic?
actors and
It's
actresses.
called the comics. I can't remember what the comics actually called, but the show is called The Boys.
DC or Marvel?
Don't remember.
I think it might be DC, but I'm not 100%
But I'm not watching
certain.
it.
It's got like a superhero group called the Seven, but they're all like really fucked up. And Carl Urban is part of like a different group that's trying to like get rid of them or take them down because they're like bad.
So are they anti-heroes? Are they just flat out bad guys?
Well,
like,
I think
what's
in the
premise
comics,
of the Seven?
Homelander, who's like the main guy, his name's Homelander. Of course, he's got like American shit.
Yeah.
But he's like pretty much like a rapist, pretty much.
Jeez.
Wow.
But he's like Superman.
Wow.
Okay.
So
He's
it's
considered a hero.
Well, yeah, they're like, well, they like. There's a part for the show where it literally shows him like why do we like let them like tell us what to do? Or he's like, well, they give like pretty much like like they give us money or something like that. Like normal people.
That's funny because that sounds an awful like the comedian in Watchmen who was also a superhero, who was also a rapist, but
Yeah, I
also
know.
considered a hero.
I mean, you can have the same stuff. It doesn't.
You can have the same stuff.
There's a guy who's pretty
You
much.
sound pretty excited about
right.
that and not the Watchmen.
There's a guy who's pretty much Aquaman, and he's like a dick too, from what it looks like on the commercial.
There was someone who literally looked like or dressed in like was strong like Wonder Woman too. And
Yeah, there's like a chick.
But they could have, if they're actually DC, they could have cameos in it unless it's a different timeline.
Well, I like Carl Urban and I hate DC TV shows, so
Is it?
I
Did you look
don't-
to see if it was DC?
It wasn't it DC.
it's going to end up being on
Okay, number one.
the WB.
Number one, Arrow was a classic.
No, it wasn't. It was fucking garbage, dude. And I watched
don't
like
think I
6
ever watched-
seasons of it.
Really?
4 to
I don't
6.
think I ever could pull myself.
It
to
was
watch
fucking
Arrow.
garbage.
Arrow was good until they killed Ra's al Ghul, then it went downhill. Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh,
It's
shit. Oh, after the fact? Oh, yeah. I didn't.
Fuck Arrow. It's
I didn't
fucking
watch
trash.
Arrow.
Same
I
with
don't.
Flash.
I don't
Flash
trust
is-
a lot of those WB shows because I was part of those guys that got suckered into watching Smallville,
Yeah, I watched Smallville too.
and I'm like, no.
Parts of it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Well, that was a long
Here's what it
time
says:
ago.
is when superheroes abuse their superpowers instead of using them for good, the boys embark on a heroic quest to expose the truth about the Seven. And then some place called Vought, the conglomerate that covers up their dirty secrets. So they have like a
Sounds like
group that
Watchmen.
covers them up, covers up the stupid shit they do. Apparently.
Sounds like Watchmen.
Man,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't watch it because Watchmen's better. So
Watchmen is
What is it based off of?
garbo.
Watchmen.
Based on the boys, but let's see what it's under.
It's probably made in like 2019 off that meme, and that's it. And then
Cracking open a
With
cold
old
one.
ones?
with
is it? Did
boys.
you find out if it's DC?
That's what I'm trying to figure
Is it
out.
sponsored
You
by
got-
It could be
Coors
one of
Light?
those like Dark Horse.
one of the people who
comics or
developed the
something.
show was Seth Rogen. That's funny.
Oh yeah, that makes me want to watch it so much more.
Hey man, Seth Rogen like
Here we go. Changed
he's a
your
comedic
life.
genius, dude.
Changed your
Super
life.
Superbad was ahead of its time.
Superbad was actually in a vein where it kind of made room for a lot of films that were
Pineapple
similar.
Express was ahead of its time.
Oh god.
Like,
Future Man
But
is
this
a fucking
Pineapple
comedy series
Express was
but
ahead of
this-
its time.
but
And you
this
have
set-
movies like How High, Half Baked. Like better pop movies.
Shit, they're not under anything. It says they were originally published by Wildstorm before moving to Dynamite Entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna
they're like
say
a
they
third
could
party.
be like one of those like
one-offs.
yeah, like where Spawn is and like that Dark Horse Comics with that one fucking show Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Fucking.
There are other comics.
When's the last time we got a Spawn? Anything?
They're supposed to be rebooting it here soon.
They did the
I'm
short,
excited for
the
that.
amazing fucking short called The Recall. That was fan made and fucking beautiful.
Because they were like, you could get Michael Jai White to still play Spawn if you wanted.
He's still
dude.
cut as fuck.
Bruh.
That's not the
John
guy.
Leguizamo's still alive.
Fittest. What does he look like though?
John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
He was in he was the clown in Spawn.
Yeah, what does he look like now?
Now is what I'm saying. What
Oh,
does he
I don't
look
think he
like?
would do it again.
So
he
the
said he hurt
ones-
his back like permanently doing that because he was like crouched over the whole time as the clown. Yeah, but he looks amazing.
Like the same ones that like made Preacher, the TV series, developed it as Seth Rogen and like some of the same guys. I think.
I did like Preacher for a while. It was very fucking weird. Preacher's very fucking weird.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that show is going to be weird. Seth Rogen did Preacher too.
Apparently, yeah.
I know, yeah.
So I might be able to dip into a season because
Seth
it does
Rogen
have
was
Carl
involved
Urban.
with Future Man, and that show was fucking amazing, dude.
What show?
Future Man.
Future Man, it's on Hulu.
Oh, I never heard of it.
It's fucking amazing.
I don't get deep into the Hulu streets outside of Lupin the Third.
Oh no, dude, Future Man.
Okay.
2 seasons of it. It's so good, dude.
See, 2 seasons.
Oh, here we go.
2 seasons.
He's the guy who is best. The guy who made The Boys is the guy who's best known for Preacher. Mm-hmm. Yep, and his 9-year run on Marvel Comics' The Punisher franchise.
Oh.
So.
But was it Warzone Punisher? Because that was trash.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Warzone Punisher.
Apparently he did Judge.
Yeah,
he did some Judge Dredd stuff.
Yeah,
too.
watch this. He was an inker. That means he's a tracer.
I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, just remembering Warzone is so bad.
Yeah, I was like super psyched. I was excited.
Oh, that Punisher with John Travolta or whatever, and that was so good. That
yeah.
Wait, are
the
you making
original
fun
Punisher
of
with
the?
Tom Jane, dude.
Tom Jane, yes.
Are you making fun of Punisher Warzone? I
Yeah.
like that movie.
You would.
It was just carnage and blood. It was great.
I didn't really. I mean, I'm a good revenge flick guy. That's why I liked Halloween. The Halloween
Because
movie
the original,
that I
what do you
went and
call
saw,
it?
But
Like, wasn't he brought back to life by voodoo or some shit? Like,
some
I think
crazy
so,
shit. Yeah.
something about like, the islands won't let the Punisher die or some shit, and then he comes back and
That's like
down
fucking
John
League of
Travolta.
Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Yeah.
where fucking Quartermain or whatever, Africa won't let him die or some shit.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a long time since I've seen that too.
It was
League
so
of
good.
Extraordinary Gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
That was Sean Connery's last film.
Really?
Yeah, and
in
he's
an
still
acting
alive.
role at least. Maybe he's done voice work somewhere, but yeah, he hasn't. I don't think he's acted in anything ever since.
Wow.
Ooh, do you think he did voice? I don't. I think you're fucking wrong. So how's that sound?
There's Homelander right
Okay.
there.
I'm just gonna look it up and see.
Right.
Wow.
There he is.
Eric Clapton America.
That's like the comic version.
That looks familiar. It looks
No, it's
stupid.
like
I hate
Captain
it.
America.
Who's Carl Urban playing though?
There's the one in the show right there. the
I
guy.
really wish
No, I'm against
that
it.
they
you see
could
that?
get. I really wish that they'd make a series with Booster Gold.
What?
Shut up, Alex. God dang it.
Booster Gold is
Are you gonna explain it to the audience what you're talking about? I don't know what Booster Gold is.
he's like a meme
He's a
hero.
A
Oh,
meme hero.
We talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? Is that what I heard?
No one said that, but go ahead. You did not hear that at all.
Nah, never mind.
Go ahead.
Clear the clock
I don't
on
know
this
much
one.
about it. Alex knows more about it than I do.
I haven't actually played through it yet.
Well, is there any good characters in it?
It's gonna have probably everything from the last,
Well,
like
I'm guessing it's a lot of the MCU
the
stuff.
last phase of like the
Yeah.
MCU. So it's gonna have probably the Guardians. It's probably gonna have.
So
like
there's gonna be no Moon Knight, and I'm not gonna play it again.
I don't know about that. I
Jeez.
haven't played all the way through it.
Moon Knight was in the first one, wasn't he?
Yep.
I never liked those games anyway.
First one was awesome. The second one was shit.
I know for sure you probably have the Guardians. I'll go that far.
I don't like giving Disney that much money, so
Disney
I don't
is
get those games.
really crazy with the money game right now.
They have way too much fucking money and power. It's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. And they're just like, oh man, they're gonna be Google for like media.
Did you see the whole? There's an article. It's like, why are like people only going to Disney movies, like big budget movies? Like all the other big budget movies that came out this year, mostly have pretty much failed,
Wow.
except for all the Disney ones.
Disney's got an algorithm.
Like even
or
Godzilla
something
failed,
to-
pretty much.
When did Disney buy Marvel?
A while ago.
Did they do it before this whole thing started? Or I thought it was
they did
during
in
it.
the, yeah, during.
It was at some point during it, probably, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, I don't know, they just saw, they're like, we can put so much money into this.
But I'm just saying, people are only going and seeing Marvel big budget movies. They're not going to other big
like
budget
Star
movies.
Wars.
But you gotta
Because the
think-
Marvel Cinematic
We're not-
Universe
well,
is
no,
the biggest
I
thing that ever happened.
I didn't say Marvel. I
That's
said
Aladdin.
Disney. I said Disney.
Sure, but you
all
got
other Disney movies.
So all Disney movies are getting seen, but like the rest of the box office is just dead.
But you got to
this year.
think like the media, how media ready they are, and how many PR campaigns that they put on, and all of that other shit. Like Disney is highly visible.
They
and
gotta
has
have
been
something
highly
to distract
Seems
from
like
how bad the theme parks are
If
getting.
things keep up right now, though, it's gonna be the point where like there's just gonna be Disney and indie films.
I wouldn't be too mad.
That's,
at that.
well,
I've seen some great indie films, so I wouldn't be too mad.
release dates are the biggest thing in that regard. and they pretty much need to get their shit together to release. Like, no one wants to release a movie near Avengers.
Yep.
But I don't know. Sometimes they could push dates, and sometimes they don't bother. And the ones that don't bother, they get completely fucked. And it's like, what did you expect? Yeah. Like, this is clearly going to make billions of dollars. Why would you even bother?
Well, even Godzilla had, like, I think at least a month before anything good came out, and it still didn't make, like, enough money.
Because no one cares about Godzilla anymore.
Fuck you, man.
Well, I mean, as, like, a major franchise, it was all about Matthew...
Did you hear that?
Matthew Broderick and Jean Reno.
Did you hear that they were talking...
That's the only Godzilla.
At the Comic-Con this weekend here that's going on, and they said something... They said there could still be crossover opportunity with the Jaegers or whatever into, like, Godzilla.
Wow.
I don't want that. Pacific Rim was like
trash.
Fuck off, Alex.
It was not trash, and it was one of the best. Like,
first one was really good.
It was one of the
copies
best
of like
I
a
thought the second
manga
one was
or
good
anime
too,
that you've ever
It
seen.
was one of the best special effects movies ever made, and it was one of the best standalone sci-fi movies you could have.
Mm-hmm. It was better when it was hand drawn, though.
I don't know what you're jerking yourself off with right now.
It's like literally like every anime ever.
You're the dude who goes onto the 4K porn.
Well,
like,
Alex,
I liked it better when it was one still image on paper.
Here's what I'm going to tell you about that, okay? You're bitching about how it's like an anime, right? Mm-hmm. Well,
Gundam's a fucking anime. They have enough mech shit.
They're delaying Akira, which is an anime adaptation, for fucking Thor 4. That's how much anime matters right now in the fucking cinematic realm. I hope you understand that.
No, they made Alita Bad Angel.
Yeah, and
they unshelved it after over a decade.
It's pretty much made its money back.
It made over.
It's called
it needed to make like 400 to make its money back.
No.
And it made like a little over 400. No. They said with advertising and everything, yeah.
It was like 150 million to make.
It was.
You're saying it had 250 mil advertising?
Well, they only get half ticket sales.
What are you talking about?
That money you see on the box office site, they get half of that only. The other half goes to the actual theaters.
No one ever mentioned any of that.
That's how it is, but okay.
No, I don't believe you.
Okay.
You gotta give me the article. Cite your sources.
Cite your sources.
I understand that they only get the portion of the money, but then what is the box office isn't adjusted for that?
No, it's the gross.
Okay, it's not the net income. They don't show you the net income.
No, that's why you like broke even pretty much.
So like.
Okay, that's stupid because that movie's fucking amazing and beautiful.
I know.
That is like probably the best special effects like CG movies I've ever seen. It was literally
in the top, I think like the top 5 or 6 movies of the year money wise, like last year.
How much it cost to make?
Yeah, like how much it made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in that was in the U.S. I want to say, or no, it was the world.
It probably released around some fucking Marvel movie too.
There were Marvel movies on there, I think, from last.
When isn't a Marvel movie fucking releasing?
They're usually at the beginning of the year, and like at the end of the year. But now it's like now they don't have shit. So
now they're going into phase 4 where they're gonna bring out like the fucking terrible superheroes. Like,
God, they got to do Galactus, but then they're not gonna have any of the main heroes.
They're gonna bring back the Fantastic Four, right? If you get an actual Doom.
We'll see if they do Galactus. We'll see if they do Galactus in this phase or not.
They could do Galactus, and they could bring back the Fantastic Four, make it good, and then the mutants and make it good. But I don't think they have any plan to make the X-Men.
No.
Because it has one of the worst track records.
They have opportunities to make TV series on their streaming services.
But X-Men that universe has tried multiple times for movie and TV and has floundered.
I mean, somehow The Gifted got at least 2 seasons, I think.
And that's it?
That show. I don't know if it got more or not.
Okay. You're offline. Can't connect. I fucking hate it out here. I hate it. I hate where we fucking film. I want internet so I can actually fucking fact check my shit, and Ross can stop with his gross shit. And Alex can show me some fucking weird... fucking anime shit that he's seen.
Hentai.
Akira live action. I'm excited. Taiki Waititi's is fucking doing it. He said it's Asian as fuck, and that's gonna be great. That's one of the best fucking animes ever made.
You mean they're not casting ScarJo as Kaneda or something like that?
No, I didn't even see Ghost in the Shell, and that's like one of my favorite animes too. It's fucking
I
something.
think if you
I've never
watch
seen
it
that
as an
movie in, like, the
anime, do you
90s.
enjoy it as a
Like
live
the
action?
original.
Huh?
If you watch it as an anime, can you ever enjoy it as a live action?
I will probably enjoy it. Yeah.
That's like
Just be-
asking if they did a live action of Castle of Cagliostro, is it going to be good? No. It's gonna be trash.
I don't know, that
Right.
CGI
It's
looked pretty
trash.
sweet.
And then, like, I think
Because that is more. I saw it for the first time.
Top tier anime movie of all time.
No, not even close.
the only one.
And it's more like a comedy, and it uses cartoon comedy, so it's not something you can really put into like
It's probably
live
not
action
only,
and have it be
probably not
believable
only
and
one
stuff.
of the best.
Well,
animated movies
you
of
could
all time,
adapt it, but it would just remove a lot of that.
It's
Probably.
probably
Yeah.
What?
It's probably top 3 films.
It'd be
of
more
all time,
serious.
actually. Now that I think
Oh,
about it.
wow, that's the fucking
But
dumb
like
shit. I've
fucking
heard.
Aeon Flux. Did any of you guys see the cartoon? And
Is
then
that
the
like
live-
I didn't see the
Ultraviolet?
cartoon.
I've seen clips of the cartoon.
Ultraviolet? What?
Yeah, like. I think that's the
Ultraviolet's
only
one
one
of the
that
worst
was
movies ever
cool to
made.
me, but
You guys
A lot
must
of
have
the ones-
seen Lupin the Third when you were kids.
Nope.
And it's just nostalgia.
2000.
Bruh.
I think I first saw it in like 2007, maybe.
yeah,
I like it. It's good, but
That's good.
I don't understand why people say it's like near the top.
Have you? How
Well,
many?
it came out in the 70s. I mean, if you think about it in that light, like
Well, it shows too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like back in the 70s when, Bond was still like a big thing, like the spy explosion happened and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, let's do Lupin the Third, let's give him gadgets, it will be like a spy anime, even though he's
you know,
a
you
thief.
wanted that crank up.
I was very excited for that crank. And he like stopped using it towards like the end of the film. He was like using that rope like all the time, but just stopped cranking. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? He used it to like swing and shit and just sit there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when he got that little belt on me, he's like, crank, 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 crank. I'm like, that's
Like,
the coolest shit.
Well, I got an
Lowering
off
yourself
topic
on the
because I brought
rocks,
up a
like-
belt. I got an off topic though. Remember in like the new John Wick, we can talk about it, right? A little bit.
Yeah,
okay.
we
Like
can
the
spoil
one
it.
part they like make him take his belt off earlier in the movie, and it's like he had to take his belt off. Then later on in the movie, he like kicks people's ass with his belt, and it's like, oh, now I see why they had him take his belt off.
Right?
Did
Wham
he?
people
Did
the fuck
is
out.
is that? Did they really have him take his belt off?
Yeah.
When he goes into the one theater place or whatever, they make him take
Yep.
his belt off.
Yeah.
With the chick though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make him give up all his like stuff, like his
Including
weapons and
his-
stuff.
including-
Why wouldn't they? Yeah, but why wouldn't they do it before he met with the?
He did.
Lady.
He had to check in. He set
Oh,
the key.
okay,
He set
okay.
the key on the table, the thing on the table
Yeah.
or whatever, and then.
And
his
I was
ticket.
just like, oh, because he could just kill people with his belt.
God, fucking man, that was
He
one
could
of
kill
the
people
most-
with his bare hands. Like
Yeah.
you got to tie him up and shit, and then like handcuff him and duct tape him and everything to fucking keep John Wick down, dude.
Damn, I gotta watch those movies 10,000.
He could kill you
TikTok.
with the ticket. With the
Yeah.
paper cut. He'll slice your fucking jugular with it.
Thousand cuts.
Yeah. He's like, if you just leave a 1/4 inch of paper, it works like a razor blade and it fucking slices him up.
TikTok, Mr. Wick.
Do we
TikTok.
do we think there was a corny part of that movie though?
Corny part.
Yeah, I
No.
think the only remotely corny part that I'm like, I could have dealt without it was that guy that was a huge fan of him.
That was one of my favorite parts.
Really?
That guy, no, like at the end when he was fighting that dude's goons, it was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two guys was bad. If he would have just fought the one,
Okay, so that was a good fight, huh? The guy's just all like,
he's like, yeah. He's like, awesome, and then dies. That was kind of weird, but I did like how he was like. He's
you
like,
notice how everybody he like kills in that like as a main bad guy says like oh something like I'll be seeing you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they always say something like that and then they're like dead.
yeah, the mute chick.
Yeah, she said something like
Yeah.
that. Yep. And then that guy says something like that too.
Yeah.
He says he says something about like to like get like he said he like needs a minute or something. I don't know. He says something like similar.
Yeah, I just need a minute. He goes away. He does.
I need to catch my breath. He said.
Yeah,
that's what
right.
he said.
I don't think he says I'll be seeing you though.
No.
But it's all like similar shit like that. It's like okay, sure.
Yeah, I was really hoping that Common would come back, but he's in the 4th then.
Yeah, he
for
probably
sure.
will
Yeah.
be. I mean,
For sure. Common's
Yeah,
badass,
dude. Bowery
dude.
King, dude.
Yep.
So good. I liked him in that. I liked him in Smoking Aces. Like Common is really good on the silver screen.
Something about Sam Rockwell or something like that.
Like,
Smoking
just-
Aces.
Street Kings.
So Lupin the Third.
Yeah.
It's no Akira. It's no Princess Mononoke.
And,
It's no Spirited Away.
it's Miyazaki's best.
It's no Ghost in the Shell. I'll put Ghost in the Shell up there. Miyazaki's best.
Well, I guess if you could take like giant like wolves and mutated boar creatures seriously, then I guess Princess Mononoke is a great movie.
It's just like it's literally back in the day. It was Babby's first anime. Is what
I mean,
it
if
was.
you're talking about cartoons,
wouldn't
that's
that
cartoony.
literally be what Lupin was?
Well, you were saying Lupin's cartoony. Well, that's cartoony.
It was.
too.
He directed it before he started doing fucking main Ghibli stuff, which was way better.
And then kids.
And you're like,
and then
baby's first anime, and Lupin is his first anime.
I thought that was my name.
Fucking dumbass.
No, what Babby's first means is that when you were a kid, your first like thing you jerked off to was Princess Mononoke, and that's why you jerk it off still now to this day. That's Babby's first anime.
Well, that wouldn't be my first anime, actually, sir.
That's funny.
I didn't see Princess Mononoke until Shane showed it to me in fucking like 2000.
Yeah,
You two, he showed it, and you were both
God,
sitting
when would
there
that
on
have been?
You were both sitting
2005?
there. You were both sitting there with pillows.
No.
Oh wait, that was Ross and Shane. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better watch your tone,
That was
boy.
the only thing about having like a satellite back then was good because like you get like
porn.
no, you get like the free like movie channels sometimes, and then there'd be anime and stuff you could watch on them and stuff.
Yeah.
like that.
Fucking sweet.
Back before the internet.
I didn't have Adult Swim growing up like to watch Kenshin and shit.
You'd watch like Pat Labor
Or
and
any
fucking all
anime,
this, like,
really.
old ass
That's-
fucking.
I got like
That's like so much of my anime identity.
yeah, I just got the stuff that made it to actual TV. Except I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I don't think Dragon Ball made it to regular TV.
No, the
It
best.
eventually got
the
played on
best
TV,
was way back
but
in
it
the
was
day.
after Dragon Ball Z
If
was
you had
played.
I didn't like
the
it.
Encore or like the fucking like different movie channels where they'd have like the old like fucking like Japanese or Hong Kong like action movies from back in the day, where dudes would have like these suitcase guns they'd like hold on their shoulder and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was, oh man,
That was great.
those were so good.
Fuck it. I remember
Tiger
we did get
style.
Gundam. I did get Gundam. That would probably be. Would that be my first anime? Probably.
Oh,
and I don't
shit.
even like Gundam that much. I like Endless Waltz. And the
Endless
one with
Waltz is
Czar.
Ronin Warriors might have been.
I can't
the
remember
first
which
I
one it
saw.
is.
Endless Waltz was so worse than Gundam Wing objectively. Like
Ronin
Is
Warriors
Gundam Wing the one with Czar and other guy?
with Char and shit.
Char.
no, that's Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
What?
Yeah, the one
Is
you're
it
thinking
really?
of is Zex.
Zex Marquise. He wears the mask because he wants to be.
There's two
Char,
different ones that wear masks
Oh.
from
but it's
different
completely
series.
Oh, okay.
disconnected. They're
I just
we can,
remember
we can
Endless
sell this up to people if we put a guy that looks like Char, the most recognizable anime character to anyone in Japan.
Yep.
Char. Yeah, that's the one I saw was the, one with Char.
The red comet.
What's the fucking main guy's name?
Amuro Ray.
Yep. That's ringing a bell.
I hated the first series. Other than Char, he was the only good guy.
That's the one.
0080 was
That's the
pretty
one I
good.
got. That's one I saw on TV, and then I didn't see Endless Waltz until later. I didn't see a lot of anime until later, so
The
it
main
definitely wasn't Babby's first anime.
The main Gundam had like as his main weapon like a ball and chain type fucking thing.
Fuck, I saw
more like a flail or something.
Kind of, yeah.
Was it like an energy flail? Because
I don't think it was energy even.
trying to
I
think of
it was
some of the
bad.
first anime I saw.
The
I
original ones,
saw
it was only energy swords
I saw Kenshin, Trigun,
mostly.
and Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy
X.
Bebop.
Before I saw X,
so fucking
before I
good.
even saw Princess Mononoke.
With Samurai Champloo
It's
in
like,
there.
oh, the shield's
No.
going up. Shit's
I
getting
didn't
real
like.
now.
Well, I watched the baseball episode, and I said it was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. So I
that's
never
one
watched
of
it.
my favorites. A great episode, the one
But
where
then I watched it all the way
The
through
one-
later, and it was good,
the
except for
one
that episode.
where they're training the fighting beetles or whatever.
Oh yeah, that
Yup.
shit is super good.
Oh man,
He names the beetle Rodriguez, and I'm like, you're in Japan. How the hell do you even know that name?
He travels, dude.
oh the Portuguese. Oh,
Maybe.
no, the Dutch.
Never
no, the
mind
Dutch
how they're
showed up
like
in Japan.
freestyling with like the buttons and swords and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's fucking
Oh
crazy.
man, yeah. And then what? You had Steve Bloom, and then was Crispin Freeman the other? No.
I gotta look up the circle jerk around Lupin the Third.
Who been the third?
Like,
Yeah.
just,
I know Princess Mononoke isn't even considered like one of the top Ghibli ones, but to me it's
No.
like
Grave of the
They
Fireflies.
like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle.
no Houses
Kiki's
low.
Delivery
Kiki's
Service.
Delivery Service.
I always
think
hated
is
House.
top.
People always
Princess Mononoke is his.
Spirited Away is the one that was the most critically
It's
acclaimed.
not his top.
Depends on
It's
what
not his top one,
It
but
won the most awards. I'm saying
But
that.
Princess Mononoke, I believe, was his highest grossing the one to first use computer generated graphics in Studio Ghibli works.
Well, Nausicaa is better than.
And it was his it was like Akira. It was Princess Mononoke was their entry into the U.S. essentially. It did extremely well in U.S. markets.
And then the most visually stunning Ghibli film was Ponyo because
I've never even seen Ponyo.
They hand drew the whole fucking thing, and the color palette that they chose.
It was the last one that they did that
was
for.
so fucking great.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke is just gold. It's like got a kick-ass story and everything.
Liam Neeson.
Well, fucking Princess Mononoke got fucking Billy Bob Thornton. Howl's Moving Castle got Christian Bale. Spirited Away I saw, and I did fucking love Spirited Away when I saw it the first time.
Can I tell you, I've never actually seen it. It always appeared to me to be like the most
like a kid,
the more kiddie one.
Yeah, that's why I never watched it.
It's a child's film.
Totoro's
Totoro
is
fucking cat bus for life, man.
Cat bus.
But My Neighbor Totoro is the darkest one, dude. It's like her, like I view it as her going like her making up all these fucking characters in her head dealing with her dying mother or the death of her mother, and you always said no, it's not. No, it's not.
I did?
These are real. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they're real to me, damn it. No. I don't know.
But no, fucking Ghibli is just... I want to see all of them. I haven't seen Ponyo. I haven't seen Kiki's. I haven't seen...
Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
I haven't seen Nausicaa. I haven't seen Porco Rosso.
You want to borrow it?
What?
The whole collection?
You have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I do. And then I'll bring it to Ross's, and then we'll have to partake. You would like Spirited Away, because I thought it was a kid one, but then when you watch it, it's like...
Is that the one with like the witch lady?
There is a witch lady. Yeah. There's like a witch lady in all of them.
Yeah.
There's like, which one has the no-face guy?
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is where like they go on like vacation and like they get sent to the Shadow Realm and like people are like animals and shit, and it's like
it's a very fucking weird movie. Yeah,
pigs from
she gets spirited away, obviously.
Yeah, fucking.
Well, it's like it's like in the end, was it real, or is she just like it? Like it's just like My Neighbor Totoro, or was she escaping like
her making that move and transitioning?
Yeah, like her family and shit. Like was it her like her imaginary escape, her adventure, like My Neighbor Totoro or whatever. But I don't know. It's great. I love Studio Ghibli, and it's fucking fantastic.
Studio Giblets.
A lot of them are critically acclaimed. Howl's Moving Castle is towards the bottom too.
I wouldn't doubt it because
I like that one, but it's like I understand it's no Princess Mononoke.
I always thought it was. I watched part of it and I thought it was dumb, so I didn't finish it. But
it's really hard to like kind of get a feel for those movies at like a bird's eye level without actually watching the whole thing, though. Because if you watch any one part of those movies,
it's impossible to get those movies at more than a bird's eye level unless you take at least 8 years of film studies in college.
Right? You gotta almost.
That's too much.
You gotta almost, be able to appreciate that movie. It's just like any other movie that you've ever seen since the beginning of time.
I mean, these guys who go to school for cinematography, and you can show them like a still from a movie, and they'll be able to just look at it and be all like, okay, based on this and this and this is probably this director.
Well, there's a
it's like what?
Well, there's a new director who's making movies nowadays that they're saying is the next Miyazaki.
Really?
But Satoshi Kon was actually better than Miyazaki the whole time. Anyway.
Are you gonna name drop them?
Whoa. He's blaspheming.
Oh, jeez.
Is that the guy who drew some Lupin the Third or something?
All right, what's the next topic?
Blew him out of the water, drawing that fucking Lupin the Third.
Fucking.
I noticed something when we first watched Lupin the Third.
Okay.
That the lady, the
Fujiko,
the princess or whatever, she had the Studio Ghibli art style to her, but the other characters didn't. And then Alex said that it's probably because the other characters were already like created characters. And she was a new character, and maybe Miyazaki actually put her, like actually did her and put her in the film.
Wow!
Like she clearly is a Studio Ghibli character.
Yeah. Let's see. It's like
it's amazing.
Blue eyes, like red hair, like Studio Ghibli.
Very fair face with that that exact angles of fucking other Studio Ghibli characters. It's fucking gorgeous. It's like Princess Mononoke. Literally looks like Princess Mononoke.
Wow.
Very, very, very similar. Yeah.
Maybe not the same eye color, but yeah, it's the same type of face. Just that fair, face. Anyway, we're getting too much into it. Princess Mononoke, numero uno.
Sure.
Even though Trust and Betrayal is my favorite, I do understand where the kings are.
Numero tres.
And that is probably Akira.
Yeah.
That's just so good. It's just sci-fi, and I love sci-fi.
Wait, how old is Ninja Scroll?
Ninja Scroll's fucked up.
Yeah, but like how old is? I'm trying to think of what my
That's
first
90s.
anime was.
Like Tokyo Godfathers.
I think that was probably my first. My cousins put me on that shit.
That's 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Ninja Scroll would be early 90s.
Probably, yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
But
Tokyo Godfathers. You talking Satoshi Kon?
Is it?
oh, that's why he said it. Tokyo Godfather.
That's like
He also has a ton of movies that are good.
if you look
Is
up
he the
slice,
one-
that's considered a slice of life like
Is he
anime
the-
movie.
I believe he's the one who did Millennium Actress. He also
It must not have been dubbed.
what was that one with? It's the one with the
Must not have
it's the
been entry
stupid ass
level.
it's the stupid ass one with the kid wearing the big boots and the bent like baseball bat. What the fuck was that? It was, like,
You talking about
paranormal.
Kingdom
Shonen
Hearts?
Batman?
Kingdom Hearts?
Paranoia Agent.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, I
that
love
one.
that one.
That show was pretty big.
I did love that. Who did Paprika?
I think that was him too.
Yeah, I like that as well.
We
that
found
style is like
we found his
visually-
secret. Like
We found
Yeah.
we
I
found
gotta-
the actual
once
ghost.
we actually have
That's
internet,
cool.
I'll have to see those.
Yeah,
I'm
visually
pretty sure
dope.
I've seen Tokyo Godfathers. You know, I can't. I've consumed so much fucking anime. It's like I can't even remember half of it.
consumed
Blur,
you.
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen like
Titties.
near every.
ass.
Yeah. I've seen Wordsworth.
Oh shit,
No, I've seen a ton of the shit on Netflix and just like
Shin-Chan.
Korean
Shin-Chan.
is legendary.
Gungrave, Wolf's Rain,
Gungrave was good.
Yep.
No, but Trigun is tried and true, dude.
Legend of the Galactic
Man,
Heroes.
Trigun is one of my favorite.
Legend of the
animes.
Galactic
Yeah,
Heroes.
hands down. Yeah.
Trigun for Legato.
Hellsing.
Trigun and fucking at that same time I was watching Outlaw Star. and that
Outlaw
was
Star is
super
so
dope.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, Legato was the one with the saxophone, right? He was the music one, I think, in Trigun.
Oh, shit, I can't even.
That would be
remember.
so.
Wolfwood, dude.
Wolfwood, yes. I want them to do a fucking funny redub of like some scene. It's like no, don't let Legato play the sax, and then he plays Careless Whisper.
Thought you were gonna be like epic sax guy. It was like-
That'd be great too.
Yes.
You know how at the end of the world, like Bible end of the world, how the angel plays the horde or whatever? They're like,
Sounding the seventh trumpet.
Yeah, what? People are like, you go outside and you hear something faint, and then you realize it's Careless Whisper playing in the wind, and it is the end of the world. That would be so fucking gold.
Shit, right?
So I already talked about Lupin the Third.
Yep.
Mysterio, I am such a stupid bitch, okay? Mysterio, I have literally thought since I was a kid actually had powers. He is, because...
Must not have played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 then, otherwise you would have.
No, I did not. Because I hated him. I hated the way they did his character in Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm like, oh, they modernized it with some fucking shit. He has always been the Hollywood Batman.
Yep.
And I had no fucking idea. Because in the cartoons, I never saw any of the cartoons where that actually explains it.
He's the guy that Hercule warned you about using special effects and shit.
Yeah. He's like it was great. So now I appreciate the role because I understand that he was Hollywood Batman the whole time.
Yep.
And never actually had powers.
Wow.
He just outsmarted Batman or Spider-Man with special effects. Like that was him.
Or was he
It's a dope
into it? Maybe
story.
I'm thinking of the electric guy.
I have literally played him in a video game though where he has powers though. So fuck
possible.
off.
Hey, I'm waiting
I'm thinking
for
of the
them
electric dude with like the I
I'm
can't
waiting
remember
for
his
like
name.
Phase 3 to just be the Sinister Six though, like the final like dude.
Ooh.
You get all the Spider-Man villains together, dude.
Ooh, yeah.
Sinister Six, or what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's got to fucking team up, take him down with Ant-Man or some shit.
Fucking Ant-Man.
There's all this talk about them. They're like, will they introduce Deadpool eventually and shit like that?
Venom.
To the
I just want
actual
Venom
main line.
in there.
Yeah.
Venom, yeah,
And Carnage.
Venom could easily happen.
Carnage, man. Carnage is
Because, I mean, right there, bruh.
yeah.
And my shirt, bruh.
Right.
Classic Spider-Man villain is Venom.
Right.
They did him in Spider-Man
Gotta
3.
break into Area
What?
51 and get that symbiote.
Oh yeah, would you leave with the symbiote?
Yep.
Area
I want to see the Venom movie again because I forgot how good it was.
It was alright.
I thought it was awful.
Really?
I'm not saying I saw it and I personally thought it was awful. I'm saying I thought that was the common consensus.
Yeah, critically it was panned, but I think the audience was like really high.
Yeah, it's one of the movies where people they're like, oh, it's not good, but then people actually
word of mouth was really bad for it. And I was even like, fuck, should I see it? I think I had to go see it alone because no one would go with me. They were like, I heard it was shit. And I went and saw it. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. This is one of the best Marvel films I've seen, and it's not Marvel.
Wow.
Like, it's in the Marvel universe, but wasn't done by Marvel. It was fucking gold. But, that's just my humble opinion.
I have to catch
like,
that on
Princess Mononoke and Akira. I don't want you looping the thirds to like get all fucking basic on
They do
me.
another Power Rangers movie. They gotta have Goldar in there, my guy.
They did have Goldar.
They butchered Goldar
That's
though.
true.
They
Yeah.
did the actual.
They
Goldar.
did, yeah, the actual one that looks like
the
fucking
smartest
gargoyle.
villain on the show.
Because he knew when to actually like get the fuck out.
Yeah,
of there.
he knew when to get the fuck out, and he would like tell the ones sometimes when they were doing something stupid, and they'd like tell him to shut up and do it.
They need to bring fucking
And it's
Zed
like,
in.
dude, this guy knows what he's talking about.
The next one's gonna be Zed for sure, 100%. That's the
yeah.
only way they're
it's
making
probably
money.
getting rebooted, so because it got
Again?
bought, well, it got bought by like
Oh,
Hasbro
fuck.
or something, or one of them companies.
Well, Saban
Whatever
did the
Transformers
movie.
has.
Hasbro.
Yeah,
Hasbro.
yeah, they bought him up from Saban. He made like billions of dollars on the sale, I think.
Oh, really?
Jeez.
They were probably.
they got the toy rights.
Well, see, the thing is,
The toy rights are worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
see, the thing is though, Saban's like actually just financing, like producing like a ton of just different films nowadays.
Yep, he made that one with Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, the one where they're in prison or whatever.
Oh, did he?
He made that movie. It was
Yeah.
Saban Films.
The
Oh,
shot
shit.
caller or whatever.
Yep.
That was fucking ridiculous, dude.
I like that movie. Yeah.
He's doing the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. He financed. He did a.
What
was he involved with
what
Godzilla?
IPs did he own? Just Power Rangers?
That was the main one
The
that he
main one.
owned. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But movie producers, they just look if they think it's a product where they can make some, scratch off of it. They'll throw money.
Oh,
at it.
yeah.
Even when that movie didn't make money, they made so much off toy sales that it didn't even matter.
Yep.
Because it rebooted the craze
Power Rangers,
for
dude.
the toys, dude.
They had a Power Rangers video game.
The
out,
best
fighting
thing
game
about
or
Power
whatever.
Rangers were the toys back in the day.
Fuck yeah. With the flip heads and
You
shit.
can go to your friend's house and they have the whole
You know what I
fucking
heard recently though?
Zord or whatever the fuck it's
They
called.
said that for Hasbro, they're the ones who own Magic, right?
Yeah, those fuckboys.
They said that this last quarter or was the last year? Yeah, I think it was the last year. The only two IPs they have that made money for them was Monopoly and Magic the Gathering.
How did Magic the Gathering make
It made them
money?
$500 million apparently
What?
last year or something like that.
I could understand Monopoly because there's like fucking spin-offs.
I'll need to see the numbers from that
because
because they were in their death throes for Magic. So what they did was we've already talked about this on the podcast. It's like throw out every single piece of nostalgia you can find. Zendikar, go back to fucking Ravnica, bring Urza back,
What?
do more cards.
Well, it must have worked, I guess.
Bring Gerard, do something, make a daughter or some shit. Bring back the legacy weapon, bring back the Weatherlight, bring back the fucking cat lady, bring back fucking Vorath. Do whatever the fuck you can. Nostalgia button. It's all we got left. And then that's it.
Did you see?
You have that small burst, and then they're gonna stagnate again into fucking shit show. 2020. No, what was the date I gave in the previous podcast? 2022, maybe. Magic Gathering
On the
will be dead by
20th
2022 as a physical game.
At the 20th at Comic-Con, they have a panel, but they already got early news that the next plane's gonna be a fairy plane.
Who gives a shit? Fuck them.
Fairies is
Thornwind
super
fairies.
nostalgic and a tribal.
Oh, Thornwind.
For Lorwyn.
It's not Lorwyn though. It's a new plane that's gonna have fairies.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're talking about the fairy craze was Lorwyn.
There was stuff before that, but yeah.
Thornwind fairies.
Remember?
Yeah.
Because I actually had a tribal fairy deck before Lorwyn was
Yeah,
a
I know.
thing.
I'm just saying, but it was before Lorwyn.
And it was garbage. It was green blue fairies because the only lord they had was Fairy Noble, I believe, and
Probably.
and some other fucking trash one.
Yeah.
But that would be Homelands.
There's a
and
saga. The one with the hammer had some fairies. There was a saga.
yeah, that one had the weather. I don't remember the fucking pinging one and all that shit.
That was good though.
The weather sea
back
fairies,
before
maybe?
the power creep on Magic was so high that shit wasn't
I'm glad my
usable
memory's
anymore.
like fucking going out for Magic the Gathering because it's so fucking garbage and I don't give a shit about it anymore.
Just, like, pushing
I'm
it
letting
out.
all I even saw something about I was on one of the Facebook Messenger groups or whatever and I saw something about Magic and I'm like I was thinking I'm wondering and I was like trying to remember something. I'm like I don't remember that. That's fucking awesome. Because I could tell you fucking like anything about fucking Magic. Like I knew so many fucking cards. Not new cards. Fuck the new cards. Like, but anything like, I get probably Ravnica and previous. I knew fucking like everything about all that shit. And like, fuck Magic. It's so stupid. Don't spend money on fucking Magic the Gathering. Don't let anybody you know get into it. They need to die. And then when they do, I will play the game again because I'll be able to buy a card.
You'll be hipster, yeah.
Yep. Well, it's like, I want to play the game. Okay, to be competitive, you need to spend $4,000 on a deck for an EDH deck. And you need 3 cards that are over $100 a piece for sure in that deck. And then 40 other cards that are over $50 a piece for sure. It's like,
Then you need
dude.
like 5 lands that are like 200, 300,
Yeah.
600.
Yeah, if you want more than one color, if you're paying a 5-color deck, you need to spend $10K on lands alone.
What's crazy about that whole craze is I didn't understand it because obviously I didn't play it like my cousin.
The craze
played it.
it's been dying for a very long time.
Right, but it's like I walked into the shop that you took me in or whatever, and I'm like, holy shit, that card's worth $500. And I'm thinking to myself, like, somebody would spend $500 for a fucking card. Then I also thought to myself with my shoes, like, somebody would spend $500 on a pair of shoes. I'm like, yeah, and much
The
more.
most expensive card, if you got like a grade 9 or 10 one, you could buy a fucking nice house with it.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that trips me out. Like,
I
that
know
trips
people
me
who've
out.
sold their collection to like get a house, to buy a house, like over $120,000.
There are cards that I remember that were like $200 that are like $6,000 now, like and stuff like that.
That's fucking
And it's like I wish I had money when I was like in my teens.
When you were
Just like
knowledgeable
anything.
about
Yep,
it, yeah.
exactly.
collect all that shit.
And like me, I've made so much money with Magic, but I've like piece sold like my collection throughout years, so I never had the bulk sum to be like, hey, give me $120,000 for all my cards. I'd buy them or trade for them. I'd make money off of the creep up or whatever, or the jumps, sell it, trade it off or whatever, and just profit throughout the years.
So that's probably.
And then eventually,
same thing as sneakers.
I was literally almost done building my mono black storm EDH deck. It was thousands of dollars, and I just literally, I'm like, I quit. And I just started piecing it all out, and then the last of the deck I sold for, I can't remember how much fucking money that was at that one convention thing that we went to with your racist cousin. But yeah, I sold the last of it. I'm like, what will you give me for this deck? And I can't remember what it was. It was over $800 for sure. It might have been $1,800. That doesn't sound right.
I know you could have got like a.
I have a picture of the money.
You could have got like a super like heavy played like card like.
No, I could have got a piece of power, but
That's
it would
what
have
I'm
been a Mox Pearl.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much they were at the time. Shaw's like, you should just buy the Mox Pearl. I probably should have because I would have made money.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it is the worst Mox. It is the hardest Mox to
Was
get
that the
rid of.
Ruby? Actually, it was the worst one.
No, Pearl has always been white. Has always been the worst color in Magic.
Ruby's awesome.
Yeah, Ruby's always been good because you can
Your first
the
spells
red
are-
Mox could get your red elemental blast and shit. Pearl had no like one cost shit. Oh, here's the money right there, baby. Oh, it's all in 20s, so yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 700. Oh, it was 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 800.
Yep.
Fucking sweet.
And I could have got a Mox Pro for 800 at the time, but I didn't. Whatever. Fuck Magic. Fuck it. No more talking about it. Bleep that whole segment. Cut it out.
Bleep that.
We don't need
Hey.
anybody to hear about that.
That sealed GP was like a fun as fuck though, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's right, you weren't there.
I don't know what you're talking
Nah,
about.
I wasn't there either. Probably.
I saw an ad for a Brad Pitt sci-fi movie called AD Astra, And it's
Ad Astra, yeah.
and it seemed like a weird like fucking like this is gonna be like, how do I explain it? Some like really slow build up like fucking space movie. He's talking about like it starts with like my dad would be proud of where I am and shit. And then eventually the trailer goes all the way to fucking Mars and they're fucking on rovers fucking shooting each other. And I'm like, whoa, I'm sold. You got me. You had me at shooting in Mars.
I didn't know Tarantino was making another movie.
Right?
So his new Star Trek film he said is going to be Pulp Fiction in space, pretty much.
What the hell?
Wow.
That'd be he needs to make a sci-fi movie.
He's making a Star Trek film. It's going to be rated R.
That's awesome. Because Star Trek needs to always be rated R.
I'm not a huge fan.
Did we already say Taiki Waititi is coming back for Thor 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna push back.
It's going to be as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all I got. There's Prime Day was fucking trash.
I didn't even buy anything.
I looked at it and
I wish
it
I
was
would've
trash.
caught advantage of that.
I was looking at the watches and they're like, "Oh, buy these watches. They're this much off." It was, and then I looked at some of the watches because I was into watches for a while, so I knew like what to look for and shit. And it was the exact same price you could get it anywhere else. There was literally no discount and maybe $5 discount.
A lot of places actually like tried to price match on the shit that they could just to take business away.
It annoyed me.
And they're like 35% off, and I'm like, that's the cost you can get it.
Well,
at
you raise it by
fucking
30%,
Target
and
or
then you
something.
say it's Prime Day, and you cut it by 30%.
Yeah,
You're still getting
they've
full
been
price.
accused for doing that before, and I actually saw it happen.
Well, actually,
I'm like,
here's
what?
the thing: is with the Prime shipping, right?
It was a Timex
Prime Day
weekender,
is
by
for
the way.
stuff for Prime shipping. If you can find it without Prime shipping for oftentimes 10, 20, 30 bucks cheaper. It's just that you get that 2-day shipping. If you
I
buy
noticed that
for
too.
the Prime price.
Yep, I
Which
noticed
means
that
they're
too.
overpaying to fund the shipping for 2 days.
just wish
Yep,
I
even
would've-
as a Prime member, I've seen the overcharging. It's fucking stupid. Go ahead, Ross.
I just wish I would have saw the stuff because I looked at camera stuff that like one of the
I
days.
saw that stuff and it didn't even cross my mind
But when I looked at
because
it,
I didn't know what I was
the
looking
glitch
at.
wasn't like that wasn't the active deals yet. I don't think. So eventually it came up where like there was like stuff. There was like really expensive camera shit. There was one thing. It was like a lens or something that was like $13,000 for $90-some. They were all for like $90-some only.
Wow.
Lenses are stupid fucking
Yeah.
expensive. The lens that we got a really good deal on is probably like $500 or some fucking stupid
Possible.
shit.
It's at least 200 something probably.
Okay, and then I lied. It's 200 something. I didn't look it up. I just know that if you get a lens, like it's fucking $500. Prepare to drop because that's how much they are, like low end. And if you want anything like professional, at least $1,000. And if you want a big one for distance shots, action shots, fucking 13 grand. Like you said, it's like down payment on a house, baby.
So there are people who were like, oh, I said, like there was some forum where like people were like, oh, like this deal's up here. And so all these people from this forum bought up a lot of the shit. They're like, oh, I dropped 10K on stuff and it's probably worth like 10 times that. Shit kind of thing.
Jeez.
Oh man, we managed to squeeze an hour through all that junk that no one wants to hear about.
That would have been a great
Lupin
come
the
up.
Third CG movie.
Fuck
You
yeah.
guys didn't even talk about
I
it.
mentioned it a little bit. I said
talking
it looked
about-
pretty good, like the trailer.
Oh, I saw the trailer, but I didn't. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Didn't it?
The 3D for it, yeah.
That's some of my favorite cartoons,
Okay.
There's no Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
bro. It's better.
Spirits Within was
This
so
is literally
trash.
it's literally like a Saturday morning like computer generated cartoon from back in the day where there's no texture on anything, like Mega Man. Like when they did Mega Man and shit.
And that's bad.
Why are you shaking your head? That's what it
Because
is.
it's not.
I literally saw the trailer myself.
I watched it too.
There was no texture.
It literally looked like big budget, like movies, like cartoon movies that are happening nowadays.
We didn't see the same trailer. The one that you posted looks like a
I'm
Saturday
sorry.
morning cartoon.
We were
That
able,
does
we were
not
able,
look
we
like
were
a
able, we were
Saturday
able to watch it at
Holy
1080p because we have internet. My bad. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't got no bandwidth, my guy.
Oh, I can watch stuff at 1080p.
The thing is, Lupin the Third is dope.
Google's opening a data center in Becker.
Yeah, they've
15 million tax cut. I didn't know
I was about
that.
to say, yeah, they've been had a tax cut.
A
Yeah.
coworker mentioned that yesterday, and I'm like, why the fuck is Google coming to Becker? And they're like,
Google Fiber. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I'm
Bruh.
like, there's no way they're doing it. And why the fuck would Becker get it?
Yep, Saturday cartoon right there.
Yeah, that's
That don't look like no fucking Saturday cartoon. I don't know.
100%.
fucking
No,
good.
it doesn't.
That
What
looks
type of
like
Saturday
no texture
cartoons?
garbage.
What type of Saturday cartoons have you been
Yeah,
watching?
exactly.
'Cause
That looks like
fucking
some Big
sweet.
Hero.
Oh, the Incredibles. The Incredibles. That's what it looks like.
It looks like Big Hero 6 or something like that. Something ridiculously good looking like that.
Big Hero 6 is good
Yeah.
and looking and good.
That's what it looks like.
That
though.
looks like the Incredibles 1.
Which is a big budget animation for the
Yeah,
time.
it is a big
Yeah, but it looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. Roblox.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
no fucking way. It looks like Roblox.
I can't. I'm trying to remember a 3D show from back in the
Roly
day.
Poly Oly or some shit.
I don't know what that is. Beyblade.
Reboot.
I gotta find one. Is it Roblox? Maybe that's the first 3D one they did for Saturday morning cartoon.
No,
my God.
Roblox is not a thing back then.
Did they do 3D Digimon?
Beast Wars.
Nope, it was like a cutscene in
my
Digimon
God.
that was like 3D, and that was it.
Okay, yeah, it looks
Everything
like
else
that.
was dry.
I'll have to
That's
show you
funny.
next, like once
I'll
we
show
get
you
internet.
fucking like Reboot. That's like the 3D.
Yo, we used to be freestyling in Digimon.
Starting a call. No, I'm ringing you guys. I didn't want to call you.
Fuck, what you doing,
My
man?
phone's not gonna ring for like 6 months.
Does anybody have anything else they want to say for this fucking trash episode? Don't like and subscribe.
Do like
Go
and
watch
subscribe.
Joseph Buttons or
Don't listen
something.
to this fucking
Bleep
guy.
that, Ross. They probably should stay. Don't buy Kinder Joys. They didn't give us money.
They were good. They were delicious.
Disgusting.
There's still one sitting here.
Whoa,
Whoa,
dude.
Disgusting.
You get this collectible
The toys
Marvel
are
fucking
trash.
Ultimate Alliance.
Your kid will
Fucking
probably
word.
swallow
Hang
one
that
of the
on a Christmas
pieces.
tree. Fuck yeah.
If they should be banned. Your kid will swallow one of the
That says
pieces.
choking hazard. Small parts not for children under 2 years, 3 years, my guy.
Yeah.
That's so hard to read
Never
from
did.
here. I
That's
can't even
legal.
read it. Your kid will probably
3-year-old
swallow
isn't
it
going to be able to read that.
These are like
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
in the mouth.
Oh, we're gonna get a takedown.
TOS.
Yeah, because of all that stuff we've been saying
What do
that
you
you guys back me up on.
What stuff?
That kids are gonna swallow their toys and choke and die.
Oh, you're talking about a cease and
Guess I'll
desist?
eat
Yeah,
They're like, oh.
a DMCA takedown, whatever it is. I don't know.
Whatever.
We're not that deep into fucking YouTube to understand what's going on. Ross, cut out that whole thing. We'll catch you next time.
Yep.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the episode. You could catch us currently at the Prime 4 podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Podcast Addict for audio only. If you want to see how fugly we look in real life, you can also catch us on YouTube under the Prime 4 podcast.